And Anastasia, take it away. You can share the screen. Let me just make sure you can share the screen.
Okay. Shall I get started?
Yeah, you can. Okay, go for it.
Okay, we'll do it with pleasure because unfortunately it's not as much time as planned, but I'll try to be quick and up to the point. So, well, good evening, everyone. My topic is the story of one evening. I'm an elementary school teacher. My name is Anastasia. I'm teaching in Eilat, Ophir School. And I want to start with a short question before. I want to tell that maybe I'm going to speak about one of the most controversial topics today, using screens or tablets with very young learners aged 5 to 7 years old at school. And one short question, what do you think? What is the recommended screen time nowadays for the kids from 2 to 5 years old by the World Health Organization?
We can't hear you well.
Yes, Anastasia, the sound is not
What's
good.
the sound? Anastasia, can you check your internet connection?
Yeah, I think my sound was fine all the time. Do you hear me better now?
No.
So can you, Anastasia, maybe put off your camera?
Wow, the sound was okay. I checked it several times. I don't know what else I can do, but you check this.
Click on switch off your camera, Anastasia.
Okay, I will. A minute. I did.
Hi, is this the high school?
Benjamin, all the links are in the chat. We can't assist you anymore. All the links are in the chat.
Is this the high school Zoom?
It's elementary. Elementary.
Elementary.
How should I open the camera? Oh no.
No, don't open the camera. Keep going.
But she sounds shaky with her camera off as well.
Okay. Do you hear me better without the camera off?
No, it's the same.
It's better.
Is it this? Oh,
It's
I'm
better.
really sorry about
Still
that.
better.
I'm better. Okay. I prepared like the best way I could. I will do my best now. So about the screens, if we speak about the little kids, nowadays, not like several years ago, the recommended time for the screens for the kids 2 to 5 years old is up to 1 hour, which is a lot. And from 5 years old, it's 2 hours of recreational time. It's very relevant for the topic of my presentation. So I want to start with a quotation. If we teach today as we taught yesterday, we rob our children of tomorrow, which is by John Dewey. And we cannot deny the fact that screens is part of the everyday life of even little kids nowadays. Several words about myself, just to get an idea of who I am. I have an MA and teaching English. I moved to Israel 7 years ago and have been teaching here for almost 4 years. But I do remember what dial-up struggle is, though using technology is my passion. And I used the computer myself for the first time at the age of 16, which is not very early, obviously. If you look at the screen now, you will see 3 numbers of the screen. As I'm a mother of 2 kids, you see 3 numbers here. It's about me and my kids, 21, 7, and 5. And you see the mobile telephone and the tablet. What do you think? How is it connected, right, to all the technology thing that we are speaking about today? And actually, I planned to give you time to answer in the chat, but unfortunately, we don't have time for that. So I will give you an answer. And 21 is the age when I got my first mobile phone. And 7 is the age when my daughter got her first mobile phone. And 5 is the age when my son got his first tablet. Not in all the families it's like that, but still the technical age is getting younger and younger. We cannot deny it. So a little agenda for today. I'm going to speak very briefly about the backstory, the program of this special evening, my takeaways, my struggles, and food for thought, inspiration, and research at the end. Again, you can check my Padlet. There is all the information there. So what is this evening and what is the backstory of it? On the left, you can see my kids, my first graders, my sweet, wonderful first graders, and that started learning English this year. Our school has been part of the Enjoy English program, and we got some tablets for the usage at school. And 2 months ago, we prepared a special evening for the kids and the parents. You can see the picture, all the parents came. This evening was a logic summary of what we learned during the year with the first and the second grade teaching English. So what was the program of the evening? I sent the invitation beforehand, which was very important to me personally, to speak with the parents, to be in touch with the parents. At the beginning of the evening, there were introductions and greetings, of course. Then we showed a video clip that summarized the year activity from the English lessons. And then the first graders were singing songs with some movements and objects connected to the lyrics and the target vocabulary. And the second grade presented a short performance, Grip and Throw family. You can see the picture of the first graders. Where's the technology, you will ask me, and you will be right. Now the answer is here. After that, the children visited 3 stations. The first station was an English star station, which is a craft station. They made an English star, they decorated it, they put it on them, they really enjoyed it. You see it on the left. The second stations were the tablets, with the 2 applications of Lingo Kids and Songi that we use every day in the classroom with the kids of the first grade and the second grade. And parents really enjoyed this experience with the children. And the third station was the Active Floor projector, the Active Floor station. And you can see that you can teach colors through this and some school supplies. You also see the pictures of the kids using it actively and running and learning the language with the technology. So I want to share with you a very short video of using this Active Floor. I hope you will see this from YouTube. I downloaded it into YouTube to include in my presentation.
Are we supposed to hear something? We can't hear.
We're just watching at the moment. We're just watching and get the idea.
Is it the dynamic class?
This is the dynamic flow, yeah.
The dynamic floor, yes.
Yeah. So in this particular task, the kids were asked to choose a particular color. They were told to choose blue or yellow in English, of course, and to step just on the red color or blue color, which is great for them. It's an active participation, both and fun and learning. So what are my takeaways very briefly? The activity, the evening lasted for 1.5 hours, which is great because the kids are still very little. There were various activities presented. I will remind you, craft, technology, movement, songs, everything together made it very special for the kids and the parents. And the quality time with the families, the parents said, thank you, and especially the parents of the special education classes. They were very excited to see their kids performing and actively using technology. Of course, technology is part of the process because it's more exciting, memorable, and enjoyable. I gave some tips to the parents. I practically showed them how we use the tablets, how we use the Active Floor, and they were very satisfied with that. And of course, the preparation was not exhausting for the teacher, for me personally, because we've been doing it throughout the year. We've been singing, we've been using the Active Floor, we've been using the tablets, and we just collected it all together. So it was not new to kids. They really enjoyed it. They were not stressed with it. Though there were some struggles. And I want to share with you. Okay, I'm finishing, that's it.
Okay.
Okay, and the struggles you can see here, number of tablets, technical problems with the internet can be, and parents' objections. because parents might object to usage of the screens. And that's why I prepared some special explanation for the parents, first of all, why it's possible, why it's important, why they can do it at home too, and it's not dangerous, it's beneficial for their kids. So a lot of work with the parents. And the last quotation I want to finish with, if you bring in these technologies and don't think ahead to how they will be used to promote learning and the acquisition of skills, then the only thing that you will change in school is the electric bill. David Thornburg, all the materials you can find in my Padlet. I'm eager to share these short videos also, and the short lecture of David Thornburg on technology. So always have a backup plan. It works very well. And also some useful links from the portal and the usage of tablets by Udemy during our council, which I appreciate very much. And thank you very much for listening. It was shorter than I expected, but it was anyway fun for me sharing with you. Thank you so much for your time. I hope
Once
you
again,
enjoyed it.
all the presentations will be available afterwards, and you can at any
Yes.
stage contact the Anastasia and or Alex and ask them questions about it. Take it away, Alex. I'm just going to stop the
Yeah,
sharing.
thank you.
Okay, thank you, Anastasia.
I will.
Thank
1
you.
minute.
I'm gonna
Okay.
share my screen.
Go for it.
Just tell me if you can see the whole screen.
We can see, just go into presentation mode. Perfect.
Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna bring this up. So good afternoon, everybody. Today I'm gonna talk about unlocking new dimensions in English class. I'm gonna show you. Do you see the whole presentation?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to show you 3 different totally free websites that you can use start of tomorrow in your English class that will engage your students. And also they're about different topics, and I'm going to explain everything. I'm going to talk about, I'm sorry. I'm going to introduce myself first. My name is Alexandra Shkolnik. I'm 34 years old. I have 2 amazing kids. I am elementary teacher and an ICT coordinator at the Menachem School here in Be'er Sheva. I'm about to graduate with my master's degree in education in the area of ICT at K College. This is my father, Alexander Shkolnik, which consistently exposed me as a child to the latest games. And by so he fostered my creativity and thinking skills. And that's what I hope to do today for your students. So the first site is Avatar Maker. Maybe you know it, maybe you don't. So today you will get to know it. You can design and custom unique avatars for free and easy download. It's ideal resource for all about my self-presentation as I used it, and I will show it here, as you can see, my dear pupils. So what they did actually, they built created their own avatars that was looking just like them. They added them to their PowerPoint presentations and wrote about themselves. Later on, they recorded themselves, and presentations were uploaded to a Padlet. I hear sounds. If you can turn off your mic, please.
Shurukfa, could you turn off your microphone?
Thanks. So as you can see, they created their avatar. They dragged and dropped it into a PowerPoint, and then they wrote about themselves. They recorded themselves. They presented themselves in classroom, and all the presentations were uploaded into a Padlet. And moving on to the next site, which is iprograms.com. Maybe you know it, maybe you don't. Now we get to know it. You can create beautiful 3D looking maps, infographics, and isometric illustrations. I use it to describe places and give directions, engage in role-playing scenarios. If you use click-through, so the previous site, avatar.com, suitable for click on English, all about myself. This one is suitable for around town. So my pupils actually built their own town, as you can see here on the left. They build their own town. Again, it's very easy to download the photo, the picture, drag and drop it into PowerPoint. This time, some of the students used Canva. So we switched from PowerPoint to Canva, and they were able to just play more around with elements. They really enjoyed it. And again, they can present it in the classroom in front of their peers. And also I've uploaded everything into a Padlet. And the last, but not the least, is ZIZO. Maybe you know it, now you will. ZIZO.com. In ZIZO.com, you can create unique hybrid animals. As you can see at the bottom, students can actually make these animals, combines the fun of creating imaginative creatures with the practice of writing skills. So I'm going to show you what my students did. So we switched from PowerPoint to Canva, and this time we used Google Slides. For the first time, I used Google Slides and they used Google Slides, and it went very well. There are fourth graders, they managed to do it. You see here an icon of Microsoft Teams, where I uploaded the link for the Google Slides. And so what they did, they created their own animal, hybrid animal. They had to come up with a new name for it, describe its body parts, action it does, where it lives, and how many of these are in the world. And at this point, as we're ending and we're close to the end of the year, and they've managed to do so many projects, I gave 10 points for creativity. So they had to be creative. If you can see their works, you can read it. I can read it to you. For example, the chimantis, it has a body of a cheetah, legs of a mantis, and a head of a snake. It can bite and jump high, but can't run fast. It lives in the jungle. There's only one like it in the world. Okay, so Elem wrote it, and everybody actually managed to do this. And you can think of many other ways that you can incorporate it in your classroom. So I don't want to get more of your time. I hope that you will transform traditional language learning into engaging, enhance your student English skills while promoting collaboration, creativity, and critical thinking skills. And why not use those sites? Like Dr. Tiona said, start from small. I think for you guys, starting from this site, even one site, just one site, mine absolutely loved advertise.com. So use it for the next level, okay? In using technology and making your English lessons more engaging and fun for your students and for you as well. So I hope it was you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, now is the time.
I do have to say that both speakers spoke for very short, and that was their limit. But they've got a fortune to offer, and you have the links to the Padlets, and feel free to ask them any questions. They know that they're waiting to be asked. So thank you, both of you, for amazing presentations. Clear. I'm going to ask you please to go back to the main room now. I'll put the link in the chat. No, I'll put, I don't know if I can. You just go back to the main room. And the links I'm sure you've got. Thank you, Anastasia and Alexa.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Alexa,
Thank you very much,
Thank you,
everybody.
everyone. Thank you, Howie.
And we'll
Goodbye.
speak.
Bye.
Where did Howie said we go?
Guys, let me just tell you got to leave this room and go to the main room.
Thank you. Hi, Howie. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Good.